Hi there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and this is a short and sweet sort of vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery update. I will make more of these, especially once I get back to the States. How am I doing? It's kind of a mixed bag. I currently weigh 175, 74, 76, around that area pounds. So I'm definitely still losing weight. I'm exercising a lot. Particularly taking walks. I was able to fit into my first official pair of Lululemon pants, which makes me very happy. I'm wearing them right now, and these are a size 12, and they're not even pulled in all the way yet, but hey, I can get them in. And these are fully lined pants. They are not stretched pants. So that makes me pretty happy because it's not that I fit into a pair of leggings. Oh no, I fit into a pair of lined Lululemon pants, whereas before I could not fit into Lululemon anything to save my life. So that's pretty cool. It used to be one of those situations where I would literally walk in the store, get scared, and walk back out. And that impulse is still there, but now I can actually fit into the clothing. That makes me happy. Size-wise, I'm in a US 12, sometimes a US 10, depending on the clothing. So definitely out of plus sizes now. And I'm in a UK 14 or 12. Their sizing convention is a little bit different. In fact, I'm under the impression that our sizing convention used to be like their sizing convention, and then it changed like in the 90s. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I kind of get the impression that that's how that happened. Why is this a mixed bag? Because clearly, you know, win, 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 win. I'm still losing weight, albeit slowly. And, you know, I'm able to wear a whole bunch of different things. And let me show you this cute outdoor shot of me wearing, you know, very unforgiving leggings and this shirt outside. So you can see all of the nooks and crannies of my current shape. So why is it a mixed bag? Well, the reason is because I'm experiencing chronic heartburn, chronic constipation, and you know, you read in the forums all the time when it comes to weight loss surgery that people could go right back to eating whatever they wanted to right after the surgery. To me, that sounds like a fantasy land, because there is no way. And maybe it's my age, maybe it's the heartburn, I'm not really sure, but I can't drink alcohol. To me, that feels like battery acid going into my sleeve. I can't, you know, eat a lot of refined carbohydrates. Again, they make me feel very bloated and sick. I still can't eat vegetables. Like, you gotta imagine it this way. A normal stomach is kind of kidney bean shaped, and there's like this little bell at the top, right? It's so that way when you eat until you feel satisfied, there's a little chamber at the top for the gas to go when you eat. So that way you can just belch it out and you're in great shape. Well, they take that part off when you have a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. There's nowhere for that air to go. So if you need to belch or you eat a lot of vegetables, more than gas may come up with it, if you catch my drift. You know, I start my day with a protein shake still. I've moved on to Syntrax Nectar, which is great. They have a lot of flavors. I'm particularly fond of the grapefruit, and I really like the tropical cooler, I think it's called, but it's basically like pina colada flavored. And then usually a coffee of some kind, because I'm still hopelessly addicted to coffee. And I have talked to a doctor about it. I know that coffee is not really the greatest thing for you when you have heartburn issues, so I have to be very moderate about it. Recently been playing around a little bit more with Prilosec as opposed to Zantac, and that seems to be working okay, but I still have to take Gaviscon with it. Gone are the days where I could eat spicy food. That is completely still not even in the realm of possibility for me yet. I still track everything I eat, and I'm very much staying the course. I'm definitely the food police in most of my relationships. I'm sure I'm a lot of fun to be around when you're trying to enjoy your meal. I'm joking, because, you know, I've got all this information now, and I'm like, do you know how many calories a can of Coke has in it? It's herp-a-derp. Like, no one cares, but yet I know these things. Yeah, that by the way has sort of cemented itself into my head as like, how am I supposed to talk to people? Because, you know, all they want to do is go out to eat, and when they go out to eat and they eat terribly, I just want to tell them, don't do like I did. Don't put yourself in the same situation where you have to do this kind of crazy thing to your body. Oh my gosh, and people write comments and emails to me all the time saying, you know, I only have 30 pounds to lose. Do you think a vertical sleeve surgery would be good for me? No, absolutely not. Go buy a treadmill and stop eating so much sugar and you will lose that 30 pounds. This is drastic measures, because it will change your entire relationship to food. It will change how you relate to other people. It will change how you hang out with them. It changes so much. I can't take aspirin anymore. Like, I can't take regular medication in the same way anymore. Like, I have to take a pill, wait 45 minutes, and then I can maybe take another pill. So I mean, you have to space all that stuff out, and that goes on for the rest of your life. And that's just one way that this kind of surgery changes your life. And it just kind of adds up, you know, and after a while it does become a little bit routinized, and you do sort of become more comfortable with all these changes, and they're all relatively healthy changes, obviously, but it's definitely drastic. So if you have a difficult time dieting, how the hell are you gonna do this? Like, this is not the easy way out at all. At all. I mean, it will make you depressed. It will screw with your hormones. It is harder than dieting. The only thing that the surgery makes easier is that it helps you keep the weight off. My surgeon used a 32 French bougie, and you may not know what that means, but the bougie is the cylinder that they use to mold your new stomach around. So it's kind of the mold. And then French is the measurement that they use. And the typical bougie size is like 36 to 40 French. Mine was a 32. The smaller the bougie size, the smaller your sleeve. And the smaller your sleeve, the higher the pressure is in that system, you know, because like I said, there's no dome on top for that air to go. So, I mean, if you eat the wrong thing, it's all going right up into your esophagus and right up into your mouth. And that is not fun. I understand that everybody is a little bit different, but I mean, it's good to know the negative sides of these things too, because you won't know until after you go under the knife how this is gonna pan out for you. And you're playing the odds, because chances are you can still drink alcohol, you can still eat vegetables, you will be in great shape even after the surgery. Most people are, but not everyone. And the weird twisted thing is, I will probably have an easier time keeping this weight off than people who don't have those kinds of problems. But it comes at a cost, and that cost is that this is not fun, this is not easy, it's a daily struggle. And now I have to track my calories every day to make sure I'm eating enough, as opposed to, you know, the reverse, which had been my life story of keeping track to make sure I wasn't eating too much. I'm averaging somewhere around, you know, 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, and that's if I really push myself. I have a lot of difficulty eating at the beginning of the day because heartburn, and but I just kind of have to push through it. And you become the master of pushing through it. You don't feel like doing anything, you gotta go for a walk. You don't feel like lifting, you gotta get rid of the hanging skin. You know, there are so many things you just kind of have to make yourself do after you have this kind of surgery. So I've lost a ton of weight. In fact, in another, you know, at this point, 3 pounds, I will have lost 100 pounds, which is pretty cool. And so it's still going down. I don't know where the bottom's gonna be. There may even be a rebound after that, you know, because most people who have weight loss surgery gain about 1/3 of what they lost back. We'll see how it goes. Right now, it is really difficult to make these videos here in the UK because we're staying with Nigel's mom. It's really hard to shoot these videos in the United Kingdom, particularly the ones that are more about like personal updates, because everybody here lives on top of each other. All the houses are really close together. It's kind of not a normal thing to have a fully detached house. They usually have like tenement houses where all the houses are kind of like connected to each other. So yeah, it's a lot more cramped. It's an island. It happens. But the other thing that happens is because Nigel and his mom lived in the United States for so long and then moved back here, they're both kind of pack rats. So there's like stuff everywhere. There aren't any good surfaces aside from this closet door in his mom's room that make good backgrounds for this sort of stuff. And the rooms are so small that I can't even get like a rig in here. So that's about it. Until next time, have a great night, everybody. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Hopefully you'll hit subscribe and that little teeny bell so that way you don't miss any of our upcoming content. And until next time, have a great night, everybody.